I currently go to graduate school at Duquesne University, and I'm going to get my master's in physician assistant. I got my Bachelor of Science in athletic training also at Duquesne University, and I'm into healthcare not just because I'm fascinated with the human body and how it works and how to fix things, but because I really have this passion for helping people. I know not everybody understands how the body works and why certain things happen, or even what to do when things happen. And so I love taking my strong point in things that really interest me and using them to help other people understand, and reach their goals, whether it be in fitness or in health or, performance or whatever it is. I just love helping people, helping them understand. And so, I kind of have been a leader my whole life. I started out in sports when I was 4 years old. I did gymnastics and dance and soccer and even cheerleading, and then I ran track and cross country. I did it all. I even wrestled when I was little. And, ever since I was little, I kind of took on that leadership role. I really loved helping that person. If they didn't understand how to perform one move, I would take my time out and help them, because it's just who I am and what I like to do. And so, I grew up playing sports, being active, and I actually kind of took on that identification of the athlete. And so, all through high school and even into college, I ran track in my freshman year, and then my sophomore year came, and I kind of just lost that, drive and that, passion I had for running. And it took a lot in me, but, I ended up quitting because I wasn't happy anymore. And so, after I quit, I was pretty bummed out because I felt like I had lost my identity as the athlete. Who was I if I wasn't doing sports? And so I was pretty bummed, but then, that weekend, actually, I had saw a flyer for cheerleading tryouts, and I was like, you know what, why not? I love gymnastics, I love stunting, all that stuff. So I went and tried out, and I made it, and that kind of brought back a little bit of that sense of, athleticism and leadership, but it didn't really fill that whole hole there. And, with practices only being once or twice a week, I still needed something, and I didn't know what to do to stay in shape because my whole life it had been practices and training for something. And so I was pretty bummed, and I remember I was sitting in my dorm room. My friends came and they pounded on my door, and they said, Lizzy, come to Turbo Kick. I said, what's Turbo Kick? And they explained it, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'll go to the gym later. And they said, no, really, come. And I said, aerobics classes? I had such a negative connotation for aerobics classes. I thought 1980s jazzercise and step, and they finally did convince me to go. I thought, well, what the heck? I don't really feel like getting on the elliptical anyways. And so I went, and probably 2 minutes into the warm-up, I thought, oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is so cool. And I fell in love. I fell in love with Turbo Kick. Love at first sight. And I kept going back every week. And then I was the one knocking on their doors saying, come to Turbo. And they're like, no, I have work to do. And so, I got a little bit closer with the instructor, Lauren Muchko. And, she told me about the other classes she taught. And so I said, why not? Try it out, Yeah, it's so much better than running on the treadmill. And so I started going to her hustle class, her PIO classes, and I was like, this is just so great. It kind of incorporates everything that I love from, growing up, the dancing, the athleticism, and just that like overall happy mood where it's not this competition all the time. You're just there to have fun and be healthy, basically, and be fit. And so I asked Lauren more about it, and I said, this is something I really want to do. I could see myself doing what you do. And she told me about, how to go about signing up to get certified and everything. And that summer I signed up. I drove all the way down to Maryland and I got certified in turbo kick. And as soon as I started teaching, that next semester at school, I thought, I finally feel like myself again. Maybe not the athlete, but that positive, motivating, enthusiastic person that I had been my whole life and that I kind of lost track of, when I got to college. And so I just, I was a changed person and I loved it. And I thought, I want more of this. I want to teach some more. And so 6 months later, I did a PIO, I got my PIO certification. And then Lauren had told me about Camp Do More, which is a whole nother story, changed my life. And I got certified for my hustle at Camp Do More 2010. And ever since then, things have just been great. I'm, a positive person, really uppy, and I actually kind of took on that role that Lauren was for me. People come to my class and there's nothing that makes me more excited and more happy when I see people in my class having as much fun as I did and I do, and it just makes me feel so good. And I think I'm helping them, just let loose of all the stress of school and to just have fun. And so I know that that's something that I would love to continue to do, and maybe even take somebody who was in a place that I was and train them to be an instructor, and so they can, kind of pass it along. And so that is mostly why I want to be an APD. Not just because I absolutely love the powder blue formats, because I do, but because I really love to help people. And if I can help somebody, be comfortable in their own skin and project that out to other people, that's my main goal, whether it be in fitness or in my healthcare, setting. That's just what I love to do. I love to motivate people. I love to help them reach their goals and just be happy, healthy, and fit. So, alright, hi guys, my name is Lizzy Sullivan, or on there Elizabeth Sullivan, and I am a certified and licensed athletic trainer and a performance enhancement specialist, along with a group fitness instructor and an independent team beach body coach. Those are all my credentials. And I'm here to talk to you today about finding success in your fitness. So, anybody, this is group participation right here. What does fitness mean to you? Anybody? It's not like class. Anybody? Come on. Go ahead.
Being healthy.
Being healthy.
Looking good.
Looking good. There you go. Looking good. Yeah?
Exercising and eating healthy.
Exercising and eating healthy. All valid answers. Anybody? Alright, I have some pictures here. So, some people, being fit is losing weight. Losing the inches, getting on scale, losing the pounds. For some people, it's looking good, like we already said, getting that beach body. Some people, it's a stress reliever. I know for me, it's a huge stress reliever. Some people, it's social. They like to come to the gym, socialize, and talk with friends, meet with people. And there we go. Some people like to come to the gym to look at the eye candy, or to maybe get the body of the eye candy to make people look at them. For some people, something they grew up with ever since they were little. Maybe they're here because there's something that runs in their family that makes them, want to be fit and healthy, so those family diseases don't carry along with them throughout their lives. And kind of along with that, some people, it's health related. They want to, live a healthy life. They don't want to be obese in the society. So there's lots of reasons, but I'm kind of here to talk to you about reasons why it's, why we want to be healthy. And I want you guys to think a little more long term, and because it's not all about looking great. Yeah, that's a benefit of it, but it's not all about that, because thin does not always mean that you're fit. Not all the time. So some of the benefits of exercise that we might all know is decreases anxiety and depression and stress, which is a big one for us because we're all in college. And so we need to come here, we need to get rid of that stress. And enhance feeling of well-being. One of the things in college is such a high suicide rate, unfortunately. And so exercising and releasing those endorphins helps you just have an overall better sense of well-being. And with that comes enhanced performance at work, recreational sports, activities, whatever. And it's another big one for school. And why I tell people all the time when it comes to finals and midterms and everything, don't quit working out. I know you need to study, but coming to the gym helps release those stresses, helps you feel better, and helps you do better with your work. So those are the top 3 important ones for me. But along with that is improved cardiovascular, cardiorespiratory systems, reduced diseases, and like I said, mortality, morbidity. Mortality is sickness, morbidity is death. So you can see how all these benefits of exercise can decrease those things. And these are what I call the C's of success in fitness. And the first one's commitment. Your workout program takes commitment. You have to commit yourself 100%, because if you don't, you always find something else to do. Well, maybe I'll go this day, maybe I won't go that day. It really takes commitment to get full-on success out of it. And with that commitment comes consistency. You have to make it a habit. I say fitness and a healthy lifestyle is a habit. And just like brushing your teeth, just like eating breakfast, just like showering, that's all habits. And fitness is one of those. Living a healthy lifestyle is a habit, and it's learned, and that comes with commitment and consistency. And courage. For some people, coming to the gym isn't, what they grew up with. It's not something they really know how to do, and they're maybe scared. So it takes some courage, get up there and decide to change your life and live a healthier lifestyle. And maybe even for, especially women, it takes courage to get in the gym and maybe lift weights. That's not something we've always done. We always think that's a guy thing. And creativity. Be creative. And you can run on the treadmill every day for 30 minutes and not really get anything. You got to be a little creative with your work. And even if you don't have time to come to the gym, be creative when you're at home. Doing the dishes, I think, okay, I'm going to lift the plate up. I'm going to do a squat and a toe raise and put the dish in the shelf. Like, that's being creative. You're getting a little bit of fitness when you don't even have time to come to the gym. And charisma. You got to be excited about it. Because if you're just, yeah, I'm healthy. That's not really, you can't, if you're like that, you're lazy. You're not excited about it. So be excited. I'm really tired too sometimes when I have to come and teach. But, you psych yourself up, have some charisma. And it really makes living a fit lifestyle not seem so boring. And then I say care. We're here because we care about ourselves and we care about our bodies. And so you really have to care about yourself to want to get the most out of your workout. And caution. I say caution is really important, because if you go too hard, get into it a little too quick, you can always hurt yourself, injure yourself, things like that. So you got to take caution, but also just kind of go for it. So anyways, I say there's 5 things that your workout routine should consist of. And I'm not just going to go and read off the slide. You guys can read it if you want. But these first 2 are 2 that people always forget about or neglect. And the first one is your core and your balance training. Because our core, I say this all the time, our core is key. Core is everything. And with your core comes your balance. And when you neglect those things, you're going to be this little old lady who's hunched over, can't even get up the stairs because you have no core. You can't even hold yourself up because you let your core go. You can't go up the steps because you don't have the balance. And so, I'm working to my core and my balance. So when I'm in my 80s and 90s, I can be fit as a fiddle. And so core and balance are really, really important, especially your everyday activities, your injury prevention, normal body function, and then flexibility training. I know when you guys come to your fitness classes, we always do a little bit of stretching at the end, but it's pretty important to try to do that every day of the week. Pre and post exercise. Pre, you want to do a little bit of more of a dynamic stretch like we do in turbo, with the reach and the pull and the side to side. That's more dynamic. And then your static is for the end, where we do our static, quad stretches and things like that. You really want to lengthen those muscles, because when you improve your flexibility, it helps prevent joint diseases, joint dysfunctions, and muscular imbalances. All these things, like your delayed onset muscle soreness. That's why we stretch, because we want to get rid of that lactic acid and all that other bad stuff in there.